when you see these people who are at the table, but the big, founders is something that you want to escalate and champion more and to push, but you don't see a lot of founders at that table. But yet founders and businesses from that perspective is what a lot of the initiatives that the people at the table are looking to push. How do you combat that? How do you fix that?
By just ensuring that we have representation, right? I think, founders themselves too are like working on a specific problem, right? Especially our founders, they're early stage founders. And so they're also busy, right? They're trying to launch their product or service, right, into the marketplace. And so like, for us, it's like, well, who are the founders that actually are now at a later stage that can actually devote their time and resources, energy towards ensuring that they have a seat at the table to be a representative of other founders, right? And I think for us, we have some of those folks who we always call on to, but it's also looking at founders that may not live in the Hampton Roads area, but are from here, right? There's a lot of folks that we just talked about who are from this area, who've done amazing things, who live elsewhere, right? What is the kind of return to home theme that we've been calling it, that we can kind of start to leverage and bring people back here as a way to kind of like give back and like, push forward and like really reach back and, push other folks forward. So that's kind of been my thing too, kind of thinking through like how we can like start to really create alumni base of folks, who may not necessarily be associated with 757 Collab, but like have at some point, grew up here, have ties here, have family here, but like, want to get back. And the folks that I've chatted with, right, they want to like, well, how can I push in? Like, what can I do to get more involved? And so we just need to create a funnel for them to do that.
Real quick. When I did Start Norfolk, Tim, I think it was Start Norfolk 3. You might have been associated in some of these like preliminary meetings, but it was like the coming home edition is how I wanted to brand it. We didn't ultimately do this, but it sounds like what you're talking about, Travis. And it was like, okay, who are all the famous people, business or not, associated with the 757, and how can we bring them here? So obviously Mike Vick was on there. The guy who created Skillshare, Michael Karjakanaporn. I cannot believe I just pronounced his last name correctly. I was just practicing it for 17 seconds. And there was a plethora of other people as well. Obviously you got the Missies, the Pharrells, and people like that. And I like the idea of that, of getting those people at least to do something back here. We didn't end up doing it, so hopefully you guys can. But there's a ton of people. Like I'm sure if you just went to Wikipedia and typed in Hampton Roads, famous people. Bob Saget lived here for a little while. He's not from here, but obviously he passed away.
I didn't even know that actually.
Yeah, I just read one of his books, and he's talking about how he was at Ocean View Elementary. So I mean, it's cool to hear
Mike
stories.
Mike Tomlin has a house on Eastern Shore, actually.
Oh, he does. Well, he went to William and Mary, right?
Yeah, isn't that where he has a house on Eastern Shore. Michael Jackson, before he passed away, was thinking about buying a house here on the Eastern Shore at one point in time too. There's so many of us, right? Neverland too. Even the younger folks coming up. Masego, he went to Princess Anne. He's from here. Amazing artist, saxophonist. There are, I guess Drum now. I forgot what he changed. Chelly, he's also from here. He's always around.
He came to Hatch once.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, back in the day.
I mean, the thing that I just can't get past, and Travis, when you said it, I 100% agree with you that you have to build that level of trust so that people feel comfortable. But at the same time, I'm like, man, we've been trying to build a level of trust for like 400 years. And it's just like, at what point do something's got to happen, especially when that inner circle, kind of seems like it's just a round robin thing. Everybody just rotates to the next position. And then, well, when we rotate, we need to make sure that we hire someone else who thinks the same way, acts the same way, looks the same way. Boy, you've got a really, really tough job. And I wish you all the success possible as you continue to trudge through all of that. And certainly if there's any way that I can help out in any way, I'm happy to do that. I as a resident of this area for 20 years, kids product of the schools here. I care a lot about this area. And the thing that frustrates me so much is just the fact that we have so much potential, and we've been working with so much potential for so long. And it's just like a startup, right? It's all about the execution. It's time to execute. And if I can help with that execution, please count me in.
Can I just, so I'm while we're talking, I'm looking at the list that I told you guys to look at. I just like a Wikipedia from Hampton Roads. I mean, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
We got all the heavy hitters, honestly.
Yeah, there's a
Your
couple people I didn't even know.
is probably from Virginia. Honestly, if you think about your favorite somebody, they're likely from Virginia.
Did you know Mark Ruffalo is from Virginia Beach?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was shocked at that. I mean, this is wild. Like, even I'm impressed by this. Evan Marriott, the actor in Joe Millionaire. I mean, I don't know who that is, but apparently he's famous enough to have a Wikipedia. Like, this is just, there's plenty of people. Like, yeah. Travis, this is great. What's something we haven't talked about that you want to talk about?
I don't know. I mean, we talked a little about food. I'm a foodie. I grew up actually as a short line cook on Eastern Shore. So I was
that was one of my questions I wanted to ask you. What was your favorite thing to prepare?
You know, it's funny. So shout out to Julie McNeil. I don't know if she sees this. I haven't actually been in touch with her, but she used to have a place in Cape Charles called Harbor Grill. And I was like working there at 16.
Let's put her on the list.
I know. I mean, then she started making, I was dishwashing. And then like one day the sous chef quit and she's like yelling because we had service. She's like, I need you on the front line. I'm like, okay. And so I did. And then like, I think, you know, it was funny because then from there I was like, I'm never washing dishes again. And so I ended up actually being a short line cook, but every Thursday through Saturday, the dinner menu changed. So she did like an 8-course dinner menu. And so I think one of the dishes that I actually had a chance to like curate the menu once I got like my footing was we did this tuna, like rare tuna tiki, which is like this seared tuna steak with like, I think we had like shrimp in it with like this glazed balsamic vinegar and like something else. But like I was making that at 16, but you know, not to harp on like to your point, Zach, about like you go to school, you get a job, you work for the man. But like had I actually like thought about owning a restaurant, it wasn't even a thing that I can actually be a chef, right?
Right.
Become classically trained as a chef or whatever, and then like open up a restaurant and like have my own thing. That wasn't even an option. It was just like you're working here to kind of like save money and like go to school and then go to school, get a job and like, you know, get a career that you can like work for 30 years and then retire.
And we still push that, I'm sure. You know, I'm not in school, but I'm sure that's what they push.
They do. I feel like some school systems have been kind of making a transition from just not to be college ready, but college and career ready. So like you may not necessarily want to go to college right after that. And honestly, I don't know what the data is, but I feel like this is a trend. But like kids usually or nowadays are not going directly from high school to college anymore, right? They're taking a gap year. They're doing some other like skill building thing that they're doing, right? Or, you know, and a lot of it is like trying to figure out how to become TikTok famous, which, you know, there are a lot of folks who can actually get success in doing that and becoming marketing gurus and viral folks, right? But that's also not for everyone. But like, there's also like careers in like video editing and being a creator and like all the other things that people can do. So like, how are we, you know, ensuring that folks can have a diversity of like job opportunities, right? That they can do outside of just, you know, being TikTok famous.
So Travis Young, are you trying to be TikTok famous?
No, I'm too old to be an influencer these days. I got freaked out actually in college with Facebook, right? Because I changed my name and then I was just being goofy and like wanted to change my name. And I think I changed it to Tai Chi or something stupid, super ridiculous. People were referring to me on campus as Tai Chi. And I was like, this is weird.
They
changed my name.
Your handle. Yeah, your handle.
You know, and I was like, what? And it was like, what's up, Tai Chi? I'm like, who? Like, and I honestly didn't know they were referring to me because I'm just like, you know,
you walked past so many people that were trying to talk to you and you just ignored them. Ghosting them out left and right.
But yeah, so
well, this has been great. Learned a lot. I have a list of people now that I want to like become friends with as well. All the famous people in Hampton Roads are from here. That's great. Any parting words, Tim?
No, I appreciate all that you're doing on behalf of the region, on behalf of the founders and the entrepreneurial community. And again, if there's anything I can do to help with your efforts, please feel free to reach out. I wish you continued success, and I look to keep the conversation moving forward with you.
Awesome. Appreciate that. And thank you both for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you guys. See you soon. Cheers.
Are you stuck at your home office, socially distanced coffee shop, or your fancy all bricked out corner office wondering why no one can see your business and sales are all over the place? Sounds like you need a pro. That's why I developed the Anomaly Academy. Insert clever copy here. Oh, I guess I was supposed to put something else there. Oops. You can grab access to the Anomaly Academy now at zackmillersays.com/Anomaly Academy.